All right, we are back Friday, June, what is it? June 5th. The market was on fire today. This is one of the best days in a long time. Dow Jones finished up 829, S&P 81, NASDAQ 198, small caps 51, VIX fell to 24. And like I said, you've been watching my videos, the VIX is going down, down. It's going to be 20 soon. Maybe next month, under 15. And we had gold really falling 1688, silver 1755, oil 3909. I said watch for over 40. Okay, and this is the reason today. We had the jobs report and it crushed. It crushed in the sense of they thought it was going to be what, 18 to 20 million, and it was 13 million. So everyone was caught off guard. It was a shock, and said the stock market soaring. Things are opening up. Things are improving faster than they thought. This is the belief right now. And stocks are just incredible today. I'm looking at my trade ideas. The top gainers, 133%, all the way down. And you go to 20.4%. So usually you'll go down to maybe 3-4%. There's so many gainers today. It's incredible. Oil leading the way, financials, what else? Shipping, cruise lines, airline, everything moved. Everything on the chart has moved. Now, where we're at now, looking at the SPY, 319.34. I said this is going to get about 330 plus. It has a little open gap next, and it has looks like just over 325, and then we're near 337 all-time highs. RSI is now at 73.29. That is oversold. You go all the way back to January this year. That's the last time it was that oversold. Or excuse me, not oversold, overbought. It's overbought. So that is a very high reading. Now, this reading, you go back, I'm looking back in 2020, and it stayed above for months. It can stay overbought for that long. It can stay overbought for months. Now, are we going to get a pullback from here? It's hard to say. Right now, it's still going strong. I don't think so, pullback. You might have a little day here and there, a flat day. I don't think until we get to maybe 330, maybe we might double top now, 337, the all-time high, 337.10 on the SPY. And then just come back hard. We'll see how this plays out. Right now, a lot of stuff is gapped up extremely fast and hard. So it's short term. It might be, overbought at this point. We'll see. All right, let's take a look at some stocks here. VAL. This is oil, gas, and drilling. This was all the way as high as looking recently. Back in January, this was 772, came all the way back, and it's at a low of 32 cents. So this is at 93 cents right now. This has a room to run. You had 150 million today in volume. Stochastics are increasing. You have a $1, the most important number in Pennyland right here. You have this little candle here. Then you have right here 150, and then you have 233. So you have a massive open gap here. VAL has a float, big float, 198 million. Now it has 100% institutional ownership. They have enterprise value 6 billion plus, current debt 6 billion plus, cash 129 million, revenue 1.94 billion, assets 1.2 billion. So this is definitely oversold at this point. It has some value. They have plenty of cash. They have debt, but let's see if there's any news. There's been no news in this too. I just looked on recent real fast news. I don't see any news. This is short covering with oil because this was crushed, oversold. They do drilling, ultra deep water drill ships, insiders. There's been no real move. 6-1 we had. Let's see here. Director did something here. There's not much movement down in that area. So let me see here. So, I mean, this has great potential still. When you see a candle like this after 150 million, something is up. This could even do a little small inside out and take off. This is a great long potential, so keep that on watch. All right, let's go down to the next stock, OAS. We talked about this here, another oil play. Now, oil, remember, it came crashing down, and then it had like a negative 40 reading. What was that, in May, early May or something on the futures? So it formed like a move like this. If you take a chart like this, it was coming down before and then really just bottomed out. And now it's coming up like this. And you have a gap at 40. So oil is going to continue strong. And oil, I believe, like I said, I think I said in yesterday's video, it's going to go to 40 to fill that gap, and then watch for 50 to 60. Because I think summertime, things are going to start opening up here late June, July, then you have August. I think people are going to rush out to beaches, places fly. I think some people are worried about coronavirus, other people are not. They're just sick of it. They don't want to be sitting in their house. So I think oil is going to really heat up here. All right, so OAS, look at this move, 238 million. This is a big, massive candle here. This gapped up, engulfed $75 to 125. The next move on this would be 150. And then you get 175. Now this is a long-term trend line right here. So this formed this trend line all the way back here. See, the ultimate trend line is the highest point. You want touching points out here, then here in January, then you had here, August, and about January 2019. So you had to move up. And this crashed from January 2020. This was as high as 367. And then went down to 24 cents. Jesus. Now, this is coming up towards the trend line. We'll see this has more room to run here. This could do a little pullback. We'll see if this just keeps going. That candle's that big. I would be shocked if it just keeps going, but the market's been so strong momentum. So I'm watching for 150, maybe even 2 OAS. GCI is another one we call this. Look at this, coming out ascending triangle right here. This had a move here. See, again, once again, on all these ascending triangles, a lot of stuff's oversold. This moved down 20 over 13. It can't move here, even if it doesn't see it, it's a fake move because you have a reverse. This has to reverse here. So it tried here, but see, 20 still over 13. It can't go up there. It's a fake move. You can play it, you can trade it, but it's not good for a swing trade there. And it's going to come back down. Now we have the cross. Look here, 13 over 20 EMA. And see the space here? You want this space to decrease from your bottom of your trend line. So see how tight this trend line is here? It's getting tighter, tighter. The move's not going to be here. Remember, it's going to be tight to the right. Tight to the right. Remember that. 150. Look at this. And then we squeeze up today. So anytime it gets after the second move, when you're in a third touch breakout, you want to watch right here. And then eventually it's going to move up here. And this just took off. Look at this play right here, right out of 175 to 325. Now let's look at the VAL intraday, I'm sorry. So started pre-market. This was over 45 cents. Look at this, and this thing's off. OAS is another one. They all have different movements. This was over 65 pre-market. Then right before the open, that's weird. It's kind of a weird move, and then came back down. And then this started to grind up, and then there's your high again. Once you get over 85, you're long. And GCI did it too. And we have CHAP. This is an oil. Yep, oil play. This is breaking out of this wedge here. You have $1 next. Look at the volume. This has great potential too for 1 to maybe 150. Keep an eye on CHAP. PACD. This is energy, oil, gas, and drilling. This is a descending triangle. You found support at 36 cents. And then a huge break, 34 million volume today. Touch 75, bounce back. You have an open gap. Watch towards over 1 to 115 on PACD. This is another strong oil play. Drilling. Hertz. This is like in bankruptcy. It doesn't matter. Put in 375 million in volume. Price took off again. Right at. The move was really pre-market, and then it faded a little bit because there's a gap and go. Gap and goes can fade, and that's where I fade it right there. Bohr, this is drilling. Now I put the Fibonacci retracement, see right here, I use it from the highest point before it drops. So this was as high as, let's see here. This was as high as 912, and it went down to a low of 24 cents. Can you imagine that? 912 to 24 cents. Then it made a move, and here we go. Like we said again, remember 20s over 13 EMA. This cannot go up completely. It has to come back down because 13's got to be above 20. And there it is, came back. Really level now. And then we cross right here. And yeah, the 75-cent level right there. And look at the volume today, 24.8 volume. And this is just getting started. This was the first move, stochastics. Now we have a move up again. We have a nice divergence forming. This is staying over 1. I would watch towards 150. This ain't even at the 23.6 retracement level. So you have 150. And the next levels here, you get this candle, 162, and then 172. This is extremely strong. And all these stocks, these top stocks are oil plays. Oil is just on fire, along with pretty much everything else. But this is NE, 27 cents. This is a really small stock. I don't play stocks as small, but if you play it, this is an open gap to 43 cents. So this could probably fill this. Great volume. This is CP, Callan, Petroleum. This is another ascending triangle. Filled the gap over 125 now. Look at that volume, 154 million. Gap and go. Intraday was very nice. This one, more pre-market, came back down here. That's why a lot of these moves, just look at the daily chart. When you see this, and it's like, oh, it's going down. Look at the overall picture. Look at the overall commodity, like oil's on fire. This isn't going to go down. Not like that. It's too strong right now. The market's too strong. All these moves are still long moves. So look at the overall picture too. QEP, this is oil and gas. This came up, filled the gap. Right here, you have a nice volume increase. This is at 178. This really hammered out the bottom right here. Look at this move. And then this is going towards 225, possibly that trend line. CHK, 14.7 million. This is energy, oil and gas. Watching towards at 40. That's that last candle, that big candle move. So this is looking very strong too. We did a reverse split back here. What is this? PSV shipping. This formed 6.8 million today in volume. Really shot up past 1, but couldn't hold. And really faded on that move. FET, this is another oil and gas. This has a open gap towards, where are we at here? That is 55 cents, 56 cents. This is a nice move up. Watch towards, we go to 70 plus. WLL, waiting petroleum. This is another one, crashed down. All these oil stocks have been hammered down. Now they're coming back strong. So we had to move up here to 169. And this one was a cross. See the 13 cross? So you thought you might have support here, but this, it faded, not a lot, but faded down. It was a tougher read. And then it came back up today, 59 million in volume. This is getting started too. So this is great potential, 150 to 2. XOG, 20 million. This is a double bottom. 16th and 20th, double bottomed, coming back up. Watch for 50 cents, 75, even maybe $1 on that play. Reut, ROWT. This is at 42 cents for 13.4 million in volume. You have 50 cents here. You have this high candle here. This is at 85 cents, and then you have open gap to 1. This might not happen right away. This has good potential for longs, though. I would watch that. The XLG, I call this. Draw your lines. Eventually it bounced. Look at the volume here. And volume is always the key. The most you need, the things you need in trading using charts and everything, most thing is volume, price. You don't need a lot of things. You can tell. If volume's there, something's going to happen. Look at the volume bars. And this spiked all the way up. So we'll see if this comes back down or it keeps trying to go up there. ASNA. This is 13.8 million in volume. We're at 275, almost 3. This could get to this line here, maybe 4. I would watch possibly 4 eventually. Has to get past 3 though and hold. NBR, this is big oil play, oil and gas drilling. Filled the gap here, 48.16. The first move up, what did I say? And what do you say about these ascending triangle breakouts? Now this came up and retests. It's always going to come back right here. Retest and bounce right off that. Now on symmetrical or any type of triangle, it's usually a 5 move. 5 move is 1. So then actually 1 here, and then 2, 3, 4, this cluster, and then 5, and then came back. It doesn't have to be exact, but it's usually a 5 move. So you can write that in there on your 5 move play. And this played it pretty much to a T. Look at that pullback. And look at the 3.4 million. That candle is a huge candle. And longer term, look at this. Still in a downtrend, but you're playing big moves here, big range. Look here, 2019. This went to 100 to 200. Where could this keep going? I mean, at the top of the trend line, 110. Who knows at this point? Well, it's going to look at this round move, round and up. Rig, this was a home run trade. We talked about this. This was on my Instagram. Right here, look at this, 1, 2, 3, and breakout, 109 million in volume. We're at 250. Now the next move on this would be 275, 3 maybe. Total on fire. DNR, this is Denbury Resources. Just had a move here, and then watch for 42 cents. This has an open gap to 58 cents, so that is possible. MTC Software, it's really took off, 449. Not much volume though. There's Luckin Coffee. Look at the 266 million in volume. This was a tough play here. It was all pre-market and faded. This is the Chinese stock. It had accounting practices, I believe, or something was illegal. I would trade this. No way I'd ever hold this. This stock was as high as 50. Look where it went. Chinese plays I would never hold in any type of portfolio you have, like 401k or anything. Too dangerous. No way. RNET, this is oil and gas equipment services. 132, maybe we get a 150 here. Slow in the run on stochastics, not oversold. Good potential. There's another home run. PEI, Pennsylvania Real Estate Trust, Investment Trust. You had the line right here, and we crushed it today. Look at the volume. The volume's increasing. This got to 38.2 Fibonacci level. 50 Fibonacci level bounced right off. Came back hard right here, but it's holding well. What's this going to do to it? This is a big candle. Do we come back and retrace, or do we just keep going? Maybe a smaller candle, just keep going here. The market is extremely hot. WPG, Washington Prime Group. Ascending triangle, squeezed out. Look at this volume, 33.6 million. Touched almost 125, pulled back a little. This is another one. Been in a massive downtrend since, I don't know how far back this goes. downtrend, but it's really on the other side here. So this is room to the right here, the upside. USWS, US Well Services. This is a breakout too. 6.2 million volume. I like this divergence here. It keeps going up. Tried to get to 75, came back. Watch for $1 here. Look at that. It tried earlier in April and faded. It has good potential long. Tupperware. This stock never does anything, and it I remember back here in November, I thought it was going to come back, fill this gap. Never did. Look at that. And faded, and it came all the way back now. Incredible. Here's the home run trade we've been talking about. SMHI. This is a wedge, falling wedge. Look how tight this is. And it's squeezing out. Look at the volume here. Compare it. Normally does 312,000. Now we're up at 2-3 million. And it is coming out. 1, 2, 3 big green candles. Incredible. And let me see here. Almost at 4. And look at this. This wedge is so tight. This is a perfect example of a falling wedge. Where's this going to go now? It's really gapping hard. I don't know if it's going to pull back here a little bit or just keep going more. It could. You have to play these on each day basis. So it's an incredible run. That's a home run trade. HT, Hersha Hospitality. This is at 910. 3 days over this. Broke this triangle again, this ascending triangle. This was a stop too. Yeah, it's been coming down, drifting down, and eventually crashed with the market about 14. This was as low as, what do we got here? This was as low as 229. That was 16. We're almost at the 61.8 retracement now. Now these moves have been so strong here in the breakout. I mean, are we going to keep going like this? That would be incredible. If we just keep like going here, I don't think we can sustain that. But we did on this the way down, so. But any pullback would be a buy. Has to be a buy. Dread, no interest in that. 2 million, it's getting to 350. CMLS, Stimulus Media. Not a lot of volume here. I want to see more volume. Look at Oxy, OXY, Occidental Petroleum. This has a big gap still till 2683. We're at 2078. This is a great last 3, 4, 5, 6 days. 141 million in volume. We're coming up towards the 38.2 Fibonacci level. This gap's hard. Will this keep going just like this or come back a little bit? We'll see what happens over the weekend. Another thing too, with all the protesting and riots in America, they think there might be a coronavirus spike. So we're going to say there's been hundreds of thousands of people engaging the cops, each other, or near each other. So will that create a spike? We're going to find out, let's see, usually what, 7 to 10 days? So it started last week. So by next week sometime, if we don't have a major spike, then we know this virus is dying down. Doesn't have the potency. MITT, AG Mortgage Investment Trust. This is another descending triangle. This is approaching 23.6 fib, so this has still room to run. This was on 17, and it went to $2. This is a great long. Has to get over hurdles, like all these trusts and REITs, because of like retail, commercial real estate, maybe whatever they're in, they've been hammered hard, so we'll see how that plays out. There's still good potential long. TTI, Tetra Technologies. This is coming up here, 55 cents. Look at this move here. Watch towards 70 plus. This is turning into good long potential. CCO, Clear Channel, Outdoor Holdings. We called this one too. We said if this holds 1, now this drifted below 1 right here and people probably got out. It wasn't a lot though. You got to keep your stop. This hit a low of 90. It depends what your stop would have been, 10 cents or. You could have played this intraday when you saw this move. and really just coming out. So this has room to, still room to run, maybe 150 plus. We'll see how this, we'll see all these stocks are coming on these trend lines, these longer term, a lot of them are in downtrend, so it's a longer term downtrend trend line. See how it bounced here, never get over here. We'll see if this does this. If a lot of these stocks start hitting here and then start bouncing down lower, maybe some bad news or something's happening, but eCore, this is looking for 150 next. CRC, this is a nice wedge too, falling wedge. 2, it's getting over 2, watch for almost 3. CCLP, where's this at? This is oil and gas. This is at $1. Look at these moves here, really strong. If this holds 1, look towards 125, 150. BGG, Briggs and Stratton is breaking out too. Watch towards almost 250. That's the next level here. IDEX, 50 cents, small little play there. There you go, HMHC. We've been calling this one too. Houghton Mifflin Harcourt Company. This is education and training. Ascending triangle, found support, then start riding up. And when these stocks start breaking out, your support should always be, look at 13 EMA and 20 right here. Each time, support, and this took off. So this is near almost 3, incredible run. SM Energy Company, 549. This is another tear. Look at this. It's another stock in a downtrend now. The overall pattern's a downtrend, but it doesn't matter. When you're playing these swings, or not long term, I mean, it's pretty long if you got this in March, April, May. It's been a long, but look how it bounces. You just play where it bounces. Play wherever you're at. So here would have been a bottom, then up, and maybe right here. This was tougher. This came down and then back up, but it didn't hold, then again. So we were in a downtrend way back there in 2019. It really came back down, a fake out again. We didn't go back up till October 19 that it really took off. BTU, this is another energy, basic materials, coal. This is at 4, trying to break next level 475.5. Penny play, AS, maybe we get to 40, 50 cents. Look at EGY, Valco Energy. These are 2 strong candles. The volume, very good from what they normally do. These are like so big of candles. It's almost like this when they were coming down. So are they going to just keep going up? It's hard to say. I mean, the news in the market, all the news has been getting better because it's like jobs, this, coronavirus, not as bad. Like, there has been bad news though, but it doesn't seem to matter at this point. The market it's on a rocket ship right now. CBL, talked about this before. Watch for near 50 cents. It's got to break that 39 cent level. XSPA. It's had a gap, and then intraday, this really faded right at 3. Faded down. Lone oil and gas. I like this play, 75 cents. This was as high recently as 275. And then it was before that, it was like $11. Coming down sideways. 1.8 million in volume. Now you saw here, see here the spike. 13 did cross here. This could have been the move where it went up, but it faked people out, came back. And now we're watching again on that. And still oversold stochastics. So this is room to run here. CTRA, this is basic materials. I would watch towards 6 here. We have a long trend line that just broke here. what is this? HPR, oil and gas resources. This has, looks like over 37 cents. This is a penny play. This is turning into a nice long though. Watch this. This can keep going eventually. 30, 60, maybe $1. There's another penny play, GT80, oil and gas. And this has a nice open gap. Watch the 60 cents. The volume's increasing in that one too. There you go, CDEV. We talked about this too. This was a top play. I said once over this level, 125 right here. And then you had eventually the move higher. So you had the move right here, 150. We filled the gap now. Now it's just, where's this going to go? Is this going to keep going to 2? We're going to get that pullback before we get a 2. We'll see. All right, what else we got? CVIA, this could dollar roll. Watch for that. SRG, Surtage, Growth Properties. I put this all the way back towards November. That was before, that was the last move up, and then it was dropping ever since. So this is at 23.6 Fibonacci level. You had 3 days of candle strong, increasing volume. And then next all 32 fibs. Strong move down. So you move here, wasn't ready yet. You came back down, nope. And then there it is, 1, 2, third touch. Now where do we go from here? I mean, it's been 1, 2, 3, and then little candles here. 5 days of green candles. You're going to get a pullback, and we're really high on stochastics. Like all these stocks are eventually going to come back here probably, but we need to pull back in. We'll see what happens next week. EXTR Extreme Networks, look at this. 510, 3.8 million in volume. That's a pretty breakout. EMBL, enable midstream partners. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. This is on fire. This is almost getting to the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level. BTA, Baytex Energy. This is a nice open gap to 80 cents. APA, Apache, 36 million in volume. We broke out finally. We're into the gap here. Still has room to $20. It's a great long. I remember calling this at 12. So this is still a great long. MTDR. This is at 1105. Amount of the resources. This is another tremendous run. ATRO, Aerospace. This found the bottom here. Look at this. This is like a double, triple bottom. These are all the lines here. So right there you had what, 10 level, and down here 10 level, and then this broke up. Look at this, 1531. This was as high as 32 and then crashed down. So you have a breakout here. It's just such an extreme breakout. It's the reverse of the wash down, so we're breaking out hard. Is this going to keep going like this and just keep going each day? I've never seen that on the way up. Some stocks do that. I like a pullback. See how we're getting so high in stochastics? You can't get as high as 96. It's like it's as high as you can get. Look at this, PRTY. Jesus, we called this back at 75. Came back, now it's at 175. This little fake out candle, this is still going. This could get it towards 2+. What a move. ENLC we've called, fill the gap. We're at 3, maybe 350. NAC had a nice gap up here. KOS, Cosmos Energy. This was a nice little channel here, and then it broke the channel up. And this was as high as 750, like 282. This has a lot of room to run here. These candles here, there's not much stop here. It's a wash down on these candles. You have maybe here a 350. That's a nice long toe setting up. Fran, watch this move. This could ride the 5-6. SVC, Service Property Trust. Another breakout, 1127. This has plenty of room here. A lot of these stocks have plenty of room all the way back up to the original high. So they're catching up to the market, a lot of these stocks. SNDE, Sundance Energy, watch towards maybe 4. TEL, this is a penny play. This was almost 850. Came back down to 1. Showing light today, 120. Maybe this gets back to 150. There's a stock here. It is YTRA, online consumer. This is breaking out to touching 150. RRD, Donnelly and Sons. This is at 150, breaking out. HCR, penny play, 35 cents. Watch towards 50 plus. What else we got here? KLXC, Energy Services Holdings. This broke out, came back again. Remember I said this, the breakout will come back to the line that is now support. Once it breaks out, it was resistance, now support, and took off. AHC, Ashford Hospitality Trust. Didn't hold, touched 125 to a T, and then pulled back a little bit. MFA, financial. This one's been very oversold, 8 all the way to like 50 cents. Gapped up hard there, faded. See the gap and fade? Maybe it moved too fast here. Maybe this has to come back a little bit. SPN, this is trying to break 150. GPRK, Geopark. This is a nice gap to 1522. Now it doesn't do great volume though, which I don't like. It doesn't even hurt 95 normally. It didn't even break a million today. HNRG, this is Hallador Energy. Just trying to break up here. This is like a rounding effect. It looks like this might get towards $1. ETM, Intercom Communications, this is a huge breakout now. It's just taking off. This is REI. We thought this move here to cross was a change of direction, and we call that a change of direction cross at the top of the pattern. That's why, and it goes back. This didn't go all the way back though. It hugged the 13 EMA and it took off again. SD is breaking out. Watch towards 2. AMPY, Amplify Energy. This is a breakout again over 163. Watch towards 225 right here, 250. This is a stair-stepping volume right here. Look at this. Each day the volume keeps increasing. Stochastic's way oversold here. Now this could start going flat, and then it's still going up. We'll see when we get a pullback. ALTM, Midstream, Altus Midstream Company. This is gapping their 1. TTW, Tidewater, Oil and Gas. Just did 864,000, 864,000. Doesn't do a lot of volume, but this has a huge gap till 12 still. IVR. A lot of these financials didn't hold. See it here, and it came back. That's the filled candle. If you look at the 5-minute, really moved, and then just pulled back hard. So this might have got ahead of itself. This might pull back a little bit. CHS, Chico Voss. This is an open gap till 250 still. MCF took off. Look at this stock. PBF, energy, open gap here, 23.6 fibs. This might get to 16. TLRD, we call this, look at this, 184. Call this the stock widths. The other sites right here is going to move up. Held 125 and took off again. This is LPI, petroleum. Laredo Petroleum. Watch over 2186 here. Here's another one. HLX, we talked about this. Down here, the break of 281 is taking off. This is ripping. It's now filled the gap, 50% retracement. This has come all the way down. See this loop? We're coming all the way back. Yeah, how high do we go on this? Do we come all the way back up? Is it going to be like that? See, we're getting far away from 1320 EMA. It's a big space there. It needs a pullback. We need some sort of pullback. CLB, Core Labs. This took off, broke out. WBT. This is another one breaking out. This was as high as 20. And it's really coming on strong now. CJJD, China drugstores, this crap stock. Had a nice move today. Still an open gap up here. OVV, energy, oil, and gas. Another one. Look at this. Made a nice move. It's grinding along and then took off. Breakout. 38.2 fibs are at. INWK, Inner Workings Incorporated. This looks like it wants to test 2 again. What is this? NCMI. Advertising. This might break this here, maybe get towards 4. Here you have DPST. That's regional banks ETF. That is a nice open gap towards 200. PDS, Precision Drilling. Gap, 3-day gap. It's a runaway gap, it's called. See, on this tells me a runaway gap is ahead of itself. They're going to come back. Runaway gaps are usually 3 to 4 days, maybe 5 extreme cases. This could even do another gap and then come back hard. We'll see here. GRPN Groupon, big open gap here to 250. SNOA, this is a former runner. Where did I say? 13 EMA support, and it bounced today. Low volume though. TRPX is trying to make that move here towards $75, $1. OIS. Move here. Look at this, hammer candle. Still going on tremendous strong volume. MGY, this is Magnolia Oil and Gas. Another one breaking up. There's so many stocks here. So many. NMRK, Newmark Group. This is real estate services. Got towards 7, came back. It's at the 38.2 fibs. What else do we got here? I'm looking down the list here. All these gainers. ARLP, Basic Materials, coal. Even coal's moving. MRO, filled the gap easily. BRN, Barnwell Industries, trying to break 75. VET, I like this still. This says a nice open gap here still. It's getting there. Yeah, 8. Then you have another one towards 9. This is really a good move. BRY, Berry Petroleum, or Berry Corporation, Oil and Gas. This had a nice round move here. See this? And took off. There's Gill breaking a trend line of 16. Give another open gap towards 19. Watch PLT here. 1.7 million. Look at this. Plantronics. Big gap here. It's this line here, and it's been touching, really getting tight. Squeezed out today and moved. Let's see what else we got here. ERF, M Plus, Resources Fund. This is trying to fill the gap to 350. What? Even broke out? Look at WTI offshore. This really was a nice uptrend. Now it's at 330. Wow. MDLY, Medley Management, Financial Management, Asset Management. Watch towards 75 to $1. NBLS, Noble Midstream Partners. This is near 12, filling the gap here. GPMT, Granite Point Mortgage Trust. This is forming a cross here. This is what I mean. When you have this gap up, it's gapping hard across. This might come back down next week. TCBI, Texas Capital. Watch towards 42. Open gap. SPG, Summon Property. Look at the strong volume here. It's at 88. This is another one. Gap and gap, and it's moving really fast. Carnival, CCL. Gap up. Didn't really hold the gap up that well, but this was as high as 52 and a low of 780. Now we're at 21. So things are moving. RWLK, Reebok, just take, look at this, going up. Let me look for some other good stocks here. DVN, Devon Energy is filling the gap. WMC, this is another mortgage. These REITs, diversified REIT real estate, they've been really hammered. They're starting to come on. See, this was 1150. This was as low as 137. This is just beginning to get this move, so this is good potential, still long. ENT we called out of this. Let us move down. Tight wedge, breakout, volume. All right, let's see. DFEN, Drexion, Daily, Aerospace, Defense Bulls. This was as high as 72 and went as low as 5. We're just getting started. 23.6 fibs. Look at this. We touched here. Gap up. Another gap up. See, I'd love if all these stocks had gapped and come back down and then come back up, which might happen. All right, what else do we have here? CUK, Carnival, Leisure. This broke out. This at 17. This was as high as 49 plus. Now it's at 18. VNOM, Viper Energy Partners. This still has room till 1462. Still an open gap there. Club. This is Jim's Town Sport Holdings, International Holdings. This is trying to test one again. Nail is trying to get over home builders. 33.24. All right, so let's look at TNA. TNA is almost near 30.2 fibs level. We've been calling this all week. Once this got over here, 29.93, filled that nice first retracement level in that gap. Now we have another gap. This is towards, what do we got here? 44.38. And you have 38, 2 fibs, and 50 fibs level. So small caps really on fire. So if you want to draw a line, that was the last move on the 14th to here. And then there's your little, it's forming a wedge. If I do this here, draw this line up, and then you draw this line. So it's definitely, it's in a true wedge. Usually it gets tighter, but it's in this zone here. We'll see what this does too. This is gapped up hard. I mean, we're running real strong. It's overbought buried, which can stay that way. You can have these little moves, but staying very strong. Look how it was on the 14th. That's far down. So we're almost at, this was as high as 75, one as low as 10. That's 85 and halfway, 50% retracement. It's about there. It's about 42 and a half. So, see, we had a gap up here. This is running hard and it came back and really came back. Are we going to get a move back? We're going to move back to this retreat, maybe 30 even at this point. See this level here? That's your support now. Or is this going to gap up if you want? That would be really crazy. We'll see what happens. I think the market's ahead of itself, saying everything's great, and there's still so many people out of work. So we'll see what happens with that. SPY. There you go. Broke this. It was tightening wedge. We're above it now. These are lines connected, so it's above the line at this point. We're at 95 stochastics. Look at how high that is. The next move here, you have 324 open gap all the way towards, we'll call it about 333. So I would watch next this level here about 322 and then 324.25. Dow Jones, look at this, breaking that trend line too, or 27,100. You had to move here, that was nice, and then another little pullback, then that was it. So this would be here. The next move here, we're above 27,089, so right at it. The next move would be, there it is, 27,187. You have this wick, 27,560. And then we'll call it 28,000 on the nose. NASDAQ. This is a massive wedge. This is a rising wedge. Look at this. Look how tight from here to here. It's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And are we at a double top almost here? Let me see here. The high, 98.38. 98.14. We should understand. We're almost at a double top. Is this going to go through and then come back? Some sort of bad news or something? Just as this went down, this went straight up. Or is it going to keep going on the weekly? The weekly is so strong. Look at that. The monthly crossed over just recently. So this was that wick, but these are bars. These are strong bars. On the quarterly, that is one big candle. Look at that on the quarterly. Jesus. And the yearly, these have been all green the whole way up. And And that hammered out the bottom. Look at this on the yearly. This goes back all the way to 1990. And this went all the way down. We had to move from March and everything else here. And look at that. Shot it right up. So this is so strong. Unbelievable. I don't know where we're going to get a pullback. Who knows? It could be anywhere. But it's so tight here. Something's going to happen. I'm not sure, but we'll see in a minute. Oil. We talked about oil. Where are we at? Oil is 38.95 right now. This doesn't really pick it up, I don't think. There it is, the open gap. 41. Reverse head and shoulders. And then this is going towards, first move here would be 42.50. And then, you know, it could go up, I say as high as 55.60, possibly in oil. Let's see what else we have here. Let me see, SRG. Talk about SRG. What else do we have here? IMMP, this didn't hold. This looks like it was going to fill the gap. It didn't. It's coming back. Let me see here. So this is trying to bounce off that. Maybe this will come up. We'll see. Space. Space was a disappointment. I thought this was going to 20 plus. It really faded here. Now it's like hovering down. I think this is going to bounce off trend line and come up. That's what I think is going to happen. G4 with oil. This is a disappointment. This isn't doing anything. Sava had this first move and came back. We'll see if this holds at 250. That was that last line here. NBRV, this had filled the gap and came back. We'll see if this holds and then bounces up again. GNC did not participate in the rally. Filled the gap here almost halfway and came back. Really not doing nothing there. That's a disappointment. Oh, OSR has been terrible. If you have this stock and everything's rallying in the market, it's just like total dump. Terrible stock. This is CPV Campbell's. This is more of a defensive stock. If the market's flying, you don't want to be in this. This is exactly you don't want to be in. This had this little run here. This big candle is to get out somewhere. You know, if you're trading this, get out. Holding this trend line, we'll see. This tries to come back up again. ONDK. This had to move here as a trend line now. Watch for over $1. This can start rolling here. Let's see, get towards that trend line, maybe 150 at this 23.6 fibs level. All right, that's it. That's plenty of stock. So oil is hot right now. Oil still has plenty of room to run. You have, let me see airlines. I didn't look at really airlines. Let's look at Hawaii Airlines. Oh, that put in a big candle. This might need to come back here. So airlines are getting overextended here. JetBlue. See, this is getting overextended. That is a candle showing it's exhausting. It needs to pull back some. So, but they've had a strong move. Cruise lines, REITs, a lot of REITs, oil plays, some retail plays. So all these stocks that were laggards are starting to move now. So we will see next week what happens. We will see if a lot of these stocks, see how this is very far away from the 13 EMA. Just like it was here, look at the space here, we're very far. This might need to come in. I'm not sure where we come back. I don't know if we even come back all the way down. I'm not sure. We got here, I'm up. This could come back to maybe 1250. We'll see. They're not going to just keep going like that. I doubt it. So. All right, but there's plenty of things to trade. Things are moving all over the place. There's say this is number one at airlines. So this was as high as 45, went as low as 7. So 45 and 7 is at 52. So 26, right about 50% retracement now. So this is run strong. See, anytime a breakout, it's run very strong here, and then it's just getting exhausted now. So do we pull back all the way to 15, or do we pull back from this level 25, 15? What is that? 40? Do we pull back to 20? We'll see how this goes here. But anyway, a strong day in the market. Please subscribe, like the channel. Oil is so hot. I love oil right now. That's my big thing, oil. And then after that, I would say maybe some REITs. And then we'll see what the airlines and cruises do. All right, that's it, guys. Please subscribe, like, peace.